Hi Cancer, welcome back to Wandering Magic. These are going to be your career, money, finance messages for the first 3 months of the year. So that's January, February, and March of 2026. Before I get started, I just want to announce that I am now offering personal readings, and you can find the information in the description box below. Okay. Let's start out with Kipper, because Kipper, as we know, they're a little straightforward, or very much so. So we have poverty and we have toil and labor. Oh, before I get started, I heard the song by Rose Royce. It's I think it's called Wishing Upon a Star, and it's from 1978. So maybe you're born that year or around that year. I don't know. But essentially what the song is about, it's wanting to mend something from the past and really trying to bring that back. So what I'll say about that message now, in that song, it's about a lover, but this is about career, right? This is about finance. And so what I want to say with that is something from before that you kind of let go of, it needs to come to the forefront, and that's where I'll leave that for now. But what we have with Kipper is this poverty and toil and labor. And so what's interesting is that these two are counterparts, right? So what I'm getting is the job that you have is either, if it's not a blue collar job, then it is something that, if it's not blue collar, whatever your current situation is, it's just enough to get you by. So I'm not really getting a whole lot of, you can't pay your bills, so to speak. What this feels more like is you have this job because it pays your bills, right? You have this job because if you didn't, you wonder, how can I pay my bills? And so I feel like and this is not for everybody, but for the majority, you've come from this poverty, this time of lack, where you didn't know how you were going to pay your bills. You didn't know how you were going to put food on the table. Now this can go all the way back to childhood, and for a lot of you there are, because these are kids, these are young people. And so for others of you, you have children, and you're afraid that if you're going to regress to where you were as a kid. And so this is why you kind of, I don't want to say like you kill yourself working, but like you really you put a lot of strain on yourself to do that overtime, to get that extra cash, because you don't really want to be in lack, because you've been there, done that. You don't want that again. And so you stay at this job that you're not happy at. I'm getting a lot of, I'm not happy here feeling. And we'll get into the tarot in a second. I just kind of want to talk really quickly about this oracle card. This is 22, so maybe look that up as well. But something about 4, so maybe, and this is for the first 3 months, so maybe something in April. There'll be a message in the April readings for you with career. Don't quote me, I'm just saying. But anyway, with this, it talks about wisdom. So learning something, getting a new skill. I'm getting for some of you to rank up, get a promotion, maybe be better, do better kind of thing. I'm sorry, my nose is really itchy for these. It's more of learning how to do something. So going back to school, getting a certification, putting more practice in, whatever that looks like for you, you are in that mode of learning, and you should be in that mode of learning and gathering more information so that you can be wiser for the next step. Because I will say, if you, and I saw 444, if you are not happy where you are, if you feel like this is the end all be all, I feel like it's not. And it doesn't have to be. It's just where you are right now. You know you kind of have to be there. Because it's like it feels like a do what you have to do. For the tarot messages, we have the King of Wands in reverse. We have the Empress in reverse. And the Star in reverse. So, you know, when the Star card came out, I kind of giggled because I had that Wishing Upon a Star song come out by Rose Royce, and I was like, there's the Star card. So I want to say that this is, it could be a gecko, but it could be a chameleon with this King of Wands in reverse. So again, it's the message of, I don't love where I am right now. I'm not passionate about this work, but I learned how to adapt to my environment. I learned how to adapt to the situation and the predicament that I'm in, because I kind of have to. I have to do what I have to do. Again, for some of you, it is about you being a mother and feeling like you have this lack with your, you know, you don't want to have this lack with your children, or it's coming from your childhood where you remember your mother not having the means to get by, or there's like this struggle that you came from that is placing you here. With the Star card in reverse, it doesn't mean that you can't get what you want. The Star card is you feeling like this is going to be it. This is how it ends. I am going to be at this job forever and ever, and I'm not happy, and I just have to suck it up, buttercup, every day. But you don't. You don't. And I feel that that's exactly what this is. It's giving you the coin that you need right now, but that's exactly what it is. It's setting you up for something greater. So you kind of are doing what you have to do. With the Ace of Swords, I feel like this is that message of, okay, I'm gonna get some good ideas. I'm going to pull myself out of this. This is the determination. I kind of see this as, that's interesting. You know, I was gonna talk about the Sorcerer and the Stone, and then when I looked again, I don't know if you can tell, but this is the handle of the knife, and this is the hand holding the knife by the blade. So again, I feel like it's really leaning into the struggle that you feel, the toil and labor that you have to put in, the hard work every day that you have to do. Like, you know, this is a factory worker here, quick side note, and it's way back in the day where a lot of these workers lost fingers and lost their hearing. And they were in these, like, it's like, it was one of those jobs where somebody has to do it back when it was like manual labor, but now the actual machines are probably doing all this now. And so anyway, you are determined, and you will get the determination to get past this. There's going to start, what's going to happen is there's going to be these ideas, and something's going to happen along the way that you're going to just tell yourself, like, I can't do this anymore. And so what's going to happen is you're like weighing out, okay, worst case scenario is the game that you're playing with yourself. But I think this is a good thing. It's like, okay, play the worst case scenario game with yourself. So if I do this, this is when it's gonna happen. And then what? And then this is gonna happen. And then what? Because sometimes I feel like we feel like it's going to be so bad, but it's more like you're glorifying this in your head, and it's not actually it. With the Moon card, I feel like if you didn't do manifestations in January with the full moon in Cancer, definitely do that. Definitely tap in, because I feel like there's a message for you. Also, an Aquarius, maybe, or a Pisces around you is going to help you find your answers. Either way, this is probably not the message you wanted to hear, Cancer, but this is where we're at, okay? Your oracle message is elixir, and elixir is about recovery. So you want to heal also with the star card too. Healing those old wounds from your childhood, from your past, that kind of make you feel like I need to suffer through this because I don't want to be poor. Healing that wound inside of you, healing and really working on like understanding that that's where you came from, but that's not who you are or are destined to be. So keep that in the back of your mind. Cure, heal, purify, start anew, okay? And then look at the notes from the universe. Prepare to be astounded. Sounds like a magician, doesn't it? It says, send them love, wish them peace, see them happy, everyone, always, forever. And prepare to be astounded, the universe. P.S. Oh man, and will you ever become a big-time manifester? Will you ever become a big-time manifester? It's not even posed as a question. It's saying that you create your reality. This is what that is. So if your reality every day is telling yourself, I have to torture myself at this job day in and day out so that I'm not poor, that's the problem. That's part of the problem, but that's also why we're healing. We are healing with the elixir. Okay, we are healing with the star card. Watch your sun, moon, and rising for any additional messages, and I'll see you next time.